Looking for that homegrown label isn't that easy these days. Most American companies forgot this campaign long ago.
Buy American, and Americans work.
But can that work for American companies today?
We have to get back to creating, making, and building things in this country.
Will bringing it home bring us back to prosperity, or is this global economy way too far from the good old Made in America days?
Made in the USA.
When the work's done here, we can support our families.
There's no way you can bet against America and win.
Made in the USA.
What America makes, the world takes. While consumer spending accounts for about 70% of GDP, it's still U.S. manufacturing and exports that are helping fuel the most growth. We're kicking off our week-long series, Made in America, focusing on whether or not shipping goods overseas is in turn creating jobs at home, and whether the Made in America brand is still a viable business strategy. Joining us now is Karen Mills. She's the administrator for the U.S. Small Business Administration. Karen, we appreciate your time this morning. Do we need to get back to those Made in America days to create U.S. jobs?
Well, good morning. You know, Made in America is red hot overseas. It's a brand that people are really buying, and I talk to small businesses all around the country, and they are selling the most incredible products overseas. We just finished National Small Business Week, and the winner was from Vermont. And he makes mobile hospitals that he sends all over the country and also to the military. And those are made in Vermont. And the Indiana winner makes waffle irons and sells waffle mix in 16 countries. So the individual stories are really incredible, but the bottom line is that these people are manufacturing here in America, and there is demand for their goods all around the world, because American entrepreneurs really are out innovating, and those products have a market globally.
And some of those individual stories indeed are amazing, that these entrepreneurs can do this on their own accord, Karen. But what about those who are not? What should be legislated out of Washington? And do you think anything should to mandate a more of a Made in America push?
Well, here in Washington, we're extremely focused on the National Export Initiative. We have committed to doubling American exports over the next 5 years. And at the Small Business Administration, we have long been focused on providing all the small businesses tools that they need so that they can do this, particularly loan guarantees. And we have a special loan export program so that we can help with counseling and advice as small businesses take that product overseas. I was just with two green companies. One does cleaning systems in Miami, and he exports to all kinds of South American countries, and also EcoStar in Buffalo, New York makes roofing tiles out of recycled material. These are the kind of innovative products that we can help them finance, we can help them develop, we can help them get an export plan. So across all of the agencies in the federal government, we have a combined effort to reach this export goal. And I really think when the president talks about out-competing the rest of the world, out-innovating the rest of the world, he's talking about our entrepreneurs and our small business owners who are really going to be the people who create jobs here in this country and win the future.
Yeah, but what do you say to a company, Karen, that says, well, we need to outsource some stuff in order to keep our entire business domiciled in America? What's the better course of action to keeping jobs at home? Is there a balance there? Does everything need to be made in America?
Well, you raise a really good point. We are focused on a new initiative around America's supply chains. You know, many of our large companies produce products here from a whole series of suppliers. And I was in Dayton, Ohio, with the head of General Electric and Citibank talking to a supplier for Procter & Gamble. And this is somebody who makes flexible packaging. We have American manufacturers who are part of these supply chains. So we are working on making sure that they are supported in every way so that when a product is exported, it has American-made goods in it, And when these companies go overseas, these larger companies, they can bring their whole supply chain with them. So this set of manufacturers are a really critical part. We know that they exist in the auto industry, and we've supported them in this reemergence of our automakers. And we're going to do this in every major industry, exporting and producing goods for this country. So America's manufacturers in the supply chain are now getting a major focus from the SBA, from our financing, and really across in our export initiative as well.
Karen, it's Anna here in London. Your President Obama, of course, is here on a visit to the UK, and one of the things that these two countries, I guess you could say, have in common is they're trying to work out the relevance of their manufacturing industries, the niche for their manufacturing industries at a time when a lot of manufacturing can be done abroad, and they're also struggling with how you do this without it coming across as protectionist, which is possibly one way that some of these measures could be interpreted.
Well, American manufacturing and, as I know, in the UK manufacturers really have enormous talents, and what we know is that there's demand for those products. So when you look at small businesses, these are some of the places where we can help innovative niche players really compete. Not all goods need to be manufactured in a long production run. They can be manufactured in a more flexible way, and this is where local supply and local manufacturing comes in. Our responsibility as the government is to make sure that they have the tools that they need so that they stay competitive. And that means, as I said, access to capital as a critical point, but also access to advanced technology and advanced manufacturing methods. And those are things that I know that both governments have worked very hard to make sure that we provide. So we are looking at small businesses as viable manufacturers, I think, going forward. You know, we're adding jobs here in this country right now in manufacturing, and it's the first time in many, many years. And I think this is part of a growing trend, and it's happening in many places in the UK as well.
Karen, always great to see you. Karen Mills, head of the Small Business Administration. Thank you so much for your time this morning.